Vancouver to see a mate. He's an ex-chef and he's got his own knife shop. Missed my turn. And to get to Vancouver, I've got to catch a seaplane.
It's 1 3 hour for you.
I'm in the cockpit. Chinatown?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm visiting my mate Doug Chang, a fellow chef who's followed his passion for Japanese steel. It's taken him away from the kitchen and to create his own knife shop, Iron On Knives. Doug has rubbed shoulders with some of the greatest Japanese blacksmiths. If anyone can help me understand Japanese knives, it's Doug.
I don't really know that much about Japanese knives. I just essentially know that there's two styles.
The major style differences are Western style knives and Japanese knives. Most Western blades are full tang, which means there's a full single piece of metal running all the way through. Japanese knives are stick tang for the most part.
What would you say are the main difference?
The steel. The steel used in Japanese knives typically are harder, so they can grind it a little thinner, and that results in smoother cutting action.
You can immediately see the difference in thickness.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Now, if the steel is softer and it was ground that thin, the edge would fold in on itself.
Okay.
But because it's harder, it's able to keep that edge a lot longer. German knives are much more resilient, though. For example, I would never go cutting Parmesan rinds with my Japanese blade, whereas I wouldn't hesitate to do with the German blade.
So essentially, Japanese knives are about better precise cuts?
Yes. It's based on the cuisine itself. So Japanese
Yes.
cuisine, a lot of it is raw, a lot of it plays on texture. Now, if you have a dull blade, you're going to affect the texture. For a lot of Japanese blades, they still carry on the tradition of hand forging. What you'll find is a lot of families have been making knives for generations.
Wow.
So, for example, I'll show you. These knives here, I know you have one of these guys. So this one's made by Shosui Takeda. He's a third generation master blacksmith based out of Nibi. He's a really bit of a maverick, but he has his own particular grind and style. Basically, his family started in 1920. They did a lot of bushcraft tools, a lot of knives, and then Shosui kind of came up with this knife himself. This black kind of finish here is called the kuruchi. And what it does is it helps to protect the carbon steel from corrosion, from reaction against food. This one now is stainless steel, but the kuruchi finish is still kept as a nod to the tradition.
Wow, like that's amazing.
Oh, that's nothing. We're just getting started. Check it out. This is a Nenox blade, one of a kind. Damascus steel, red bone handle, $1,500. This is a Konosuke Fujiyama blade, 958. Single bevel, blue one steel, Damascus finish. There's another blade by Nenox, part of their custom line, green bone handle. This is a fish knife for fish butchery. This one here, $829. Konosuke YS, brand new blade, high carbon stainless, my new favorite. VG10 steel, stainless, easy to take care of, mahogany handle, $179. Okay, so what we have here is a Takobiki by Morihei. This is a vintage, we're guessing from 1960s or 70s. It's not the most polished knife, but that's because it's not supposed to be. This is a working man's knife back then. This, you can tell by that haze right there, that little wavy line, that's called a hamon, and this is made in the way that Japanese swords are made. Price on this, not for sale.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's one of a kind. The knives aren't made like this anymore. You can tell by the way that they've written the characters here. You wouldn't find this anywhere like this anymore on any knife.
Wow. How much do you think that is worth? I know you're not selling.
Yeah.
But if you were, how much?
It's too much for you. Let's put it that way.
See, the thing that worries me, Doug, is that I've been brought up on those German knives, and I use that knife to go through a chicken bone, to like blitz through. Been getting into Japanese knives more, but it's like, I don't want to buy a really expensive knife and mess it up. But these are like so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, what would you suggest?
Well, I would suggest something for, seeing as you're cheap, you can go for this one here, the cheapest one. It's by no means cheap, but it's the least expensive.
Okay.
This one's $179. This one's a bit thicker, so it's ground a bit thicker than all the other ones. These two are ground slightly different, but this one's going to allow you to not have to be so gentle with it.
But still not through the back of the
not
bone.
through the bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No Japanese knife can go through bones unless it's made specific for butchery. I mean, that's the thing with the Japanese knives. They're very specific. Traditional Japanese knives are broken down into even a special knife for special kinds of fish. For example, for eels, they have an eel knife. For tuna, they have tuna knife. For
Yes.
octopus, they have an octopus knife.
Wow.
You can pass it on to your kid, granted that you can maintain it properly. And I'll show you how to maintain this one right here. Alrighty, so basically what we're going to do here is we're going to show you how to maintain a knife. A knife is just like any tool, you got to maintain it for it to work properly. If you don't know how to maintain, even the best knife in the world is going to be just a useless hunk of steel. So, what we're going to do is we're going to sharpen on whetstones. So whetstones, you use water, as opposed to oil stones, they use oil. This one here is called 5,000 grit. So 5,000 grit is pretty fine. So the grit system is, the lower the number, the more abrasive it is.
The course, yeah.
For Japanese knives, generally I suggest going on a 1,000 stone and then finishing on something anywhere like a 5,000 or 6,000 stone. For Western blades, you can go on 400, go to 1,000. You can actually leave it on 1,000, and that's generally good enough.
So if I've got a blunt knife
Yeah.
that's German, start on 400, finish on 1,000.
Yeah.
If I've got a blunt Japanese knife, I should just be killed.
Well, if you have a blunt knife, period, you should be killed. There's one thing that's the key to sharpening, and that's consistency. Just like in your cooking.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And when you're sharpening, the key is keep consistent technique, strokes, pressure, angle.
Okay.
I would say the angle is really important because that's all sharpening is, geometry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you say angle, it's about getting that perfect angle that side and then replicating it that side, so you get a beautiful even edge.
Exactly. So first we're going to sharpen, we're going to finish this knife here, this we sharpen. We start with the back, and I'm just using a technique here. This is what I was taught, and I find the best. Oftentimes, back in cooking school, we were taught to kind of structure it like this way,
Yes.
and go this way. And there's lots of different techniques. There's no wrong.
Right or wrong.
Exactly. The most important thing is if you're able to keep it consistent.
Yes.
And then now we've done one side, flip it over, and we're going to do the other side.
We're both old chefs. We are old chefs now, Doug.
Yeah.
But it's something that was drilled into both of us. Like a sharp knife is everything, right?
Yeah, yeah. In a kitchen, you can't have a dull knife. It's like if you're making you're mincing parsley as a garnish. You don't want compost by the end of the night if you have a dull blade. That's basically what you're gonna have with them. Chef's gonna fucking throw it back in your face. That's definitely something I've happened before, and
Yes.
you don't want that happening.
But it's so important, isn't it? It's like it's safe to have a sharp knife. It's faster to have a sharp knife. It's more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, for sure. Your mise en place is going to be that much better. It's going to last longer. A sharp knife, for example, if you cut meat, like if you're portioning steaks or something, and you use a dull knife, you'll actually see it oxidize a lot faster than with a sharp knife. So what it comes down to is your food costs. It's going to save you on food costs as a chef. Having a sharp knife, having the right tools, teaching the right technique to the cooks. It's all very important for running a kitchen. So now that we've finished on the 5,000 stone, what we're going to do is we're going to test the knife, and I'll show you how to test the knife and let you know. And this test will tell you whether this knife is sharper or whether it's not.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So basically how I test the sharpness of a knife is I use newsprint. So newsprint, great because it's made out of little fibers, and when I cut it, even with a sharp knife, sometimes you'll see the little fibers sticking up. If I cut it with an extremely sharp knife, you won't see anything.
Okay.
So that's how I test it. Another way I test it is also on my arm. So if it shaves, then
Just what? Oh, shaves, not
yeah,
straight.
no. I can try it on your arm.
Okay, right, let's go for it.
So here, push cut.
That is incredible. That is just bonkers.
Yeah. Gotta watch your fingers on this one though. Alright, here you go, chef.
Good on you, brother.
Alright, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah. How cool was that? Man, I just love how knowledgeable Doug is about knives. Ex-chef who broke out of the kitchen to get a knife shop. So cool. So I got my knife. I'm gonna put this one in the description box and a link to Doug's kitchen shop. So if you want to get knives, he's gonna do a little food busket discount. And if you want to see more videos like this about knives or chef culture, then let me know, people.